Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's Friday, the 19th of November. And here I am, Shuggy Wuggy, live on Pokeroo's social club. Poker. I don't know if I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Sorry, bear with. Hopefully it will pick up, get better. Just a couple of little internet problems, but press on. And usually we do the interviews on Sunday. I've got some news for you. We'll tell you during the interview. But right now, we are going to bring on this young man. I struggled to get him because he doesn't do Facebook. As you know, a lot of our links. So we had to contact him via email to give him all the details, and no problem. He has the way of doing it. He has the formula. He is the formula. Going to welcome live on Pokeroo, Formula37, otherwise known as Mark, but I'm just going to call him Formula. Mark, come in. Hello there.
Hola. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Someone's always eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner when we're on there.
Yeah, well, I've had breakfast, I've had lunch, and I'm about 3 hours away from dinner. So I guess it's 10 a.m. right now for you, is it? Yep.
Yes, it is.
And here I am at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But we are together as one. We are members of Pokeroo. Right. So are you ready for the 22 questions?
3, 2, 1.
Right. Okay.
Go.
Right. We've got your name as Mark. Right. So your screen name, for people that don't know your username on the game, what are you?
Formula37.
Formula37. There's Sherry dropped in to say hello. Formula. In fact, I forgot to put the link. Excuse me. I forgot to put the link up for anybody that wants to join us here if they have their own questions. So for anybody that is watching, I'm just going to put the link up on the page right now. Maybe not. Hold on. Bear with me, Form. I should have been more organised here. My phone's going as well. My phone's ringing. Everything's happening here. So I'm just putting the link up to join us today. Where right, okay, so if anybody wants to join us, the link is on. Right, okay, so yeah, and Lala is barking. You can hear the dog barking.
Hi, Lala.
Right, so Formula37, do you have any other screen names?
No, that's it.
That's you, right, cool.
Yes.
Right, so tell everybody where you're from. That's what we want to know. Where exactly in the world are we watching from?
Well, you would have to go to the USA.
Right.
And then you'd have to pinpoint Michigan.
Michigan, right, okay.
And it's the state that looks like a mitten, and it's surrounded by water. So there's a lot of water sports. In fact, we have the most registered boats in the country in Michigan.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Do you know, I'm in Michigan right now. I don't know if...
Oh, I see that. No, you must be in Canada because I see the Renaissance behind you.
Oh, that's Detroit, is it not?
That is. That's the GM. That's GM's world headquarters behind you.
Yeah. What, the tallest building? That tall one?
Yes.
Wow. And of course, there's a lot of Detroit players play on the game. There is, of course, like Willie and Ken Davis. They're from Detroit as well. Who else is from Detroit?
Yes, we have Ken Davis is 313, right?
Oh, but before we tell that, I actually found where Ken Davis Vision House is. I found out where he stays, and I've got a photograph of it. Would you like to see it?
Oh yeah, yes.
That's beautiful. There you go. That's Ken Davis' house. I think his is halfway up the screen with a white tin roof. I think that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, they just redid that neighborhood, by the way, too. Nice. Yes.
Okay, Ken's going to kill me for that one. There's Cindy watching as well. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, there's a good few players from Michigan.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had a. Go
And,
ahead.
so how do you spend your time? Are you working? Are you retired? Are you semi-retired? What is your occupation?
It's kind of hard to retire 100%. When you're used
Yeah.
to going for 40 years nonstop. So I'm semi-retired. Yeah,
Right. So what did you do?
I was in the automobile business. So I worked at dealerships, ran dealerships for 40 years, and
Right.
it was probably a 60 to 80 hour a week,
Wow.
gig. And I remember my wife saying, "When all you do is work, we never go anywhere.
Yeah.
All you want to do is work, work, work." So now I'm retired, and she goes, "Don't you have somewhere to go?"
No, all she says, all you're doing is playing that damn game on that. That's it.
Well, well, that game saved us.
Yeah, for sure, sure. You worked in the motor trade, take.
Yes.
So is that why they call it Motor City? Because it's big on construction cars.
It is. It's the world headquarters for Ford, the world headquarters for Chrysler, and the world headquarters for GM. Yes. So
Oh, do you know? I'm just talking to someone on tape the other day, and Chrysler pulled out of K. Do you know that?
that what?
The Chrysler dealerships that pulled out of K. You cannot get a Chrysler dealership in K anymore.
Right? Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And we heard a rumor it's because Chrysler bought over Fiat.
Right, they did. Yeah.
Yes, well, Fiat is big in the UK and the European market, so obviously don't want competition with Chrysler. Yeah, so I think that's the reason.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Useless information, useless.
No, but it's good to know. It's stored somewhere.
Right.
It'll
Right. So you're semi-retired in Formula. So what is your hobbies? How do you spend your time?
Well, in Michigan, we have 4 seasons,
Mm,
and like most places in the world. So in the summer, I like to golf. I like golfing. That's 2 days a week, and then
right.
I do have a boat, and that's how I originally got my name. I had a 37-foot Formula,
Okay.
and before I started all this poker stuff, that was always kind of like my handle. And then
Yeah,
I said, well, I'm just going to use it for poker. What's the difference? It's a
yeah.
name, and that's where my name originated from. But yeah, I like golf and I like boating.
Brilliant, brilliant. And do you play? If you have a, do you have a home course or do you? Oh,
Yeah, we play all the courses. We play 2 different courses a week, so we try to be.
Cindy wants to go boating.
Come on down.
Yeah, and golf, as Sherry mentions, golf stands for gentlemen only. Ladies for. You know
Yeah,
that formula?
I know that, but you know what? There's plenty of ladies and there's plenty of good golfing.
Yeah. Well, I'm from the home of golf in Scotland, and
Yes.
there's still a couple of courses that no ladies are allowed.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's-
back in the day, the Masters tournament, it's
yeah,
world renowned. Everybody watched the
yeah,
Masters. Well,
yeah.
up until 3 or 4 years ago, there were no ladies they were forbidden to even go on that course, and that's
Well,
all changed. Yes.
I keep saying that round the table. The ladies should be tied to the kitchen sink. They shouldn't be playing poker, and certainly nowhere near a golf course. I think that's me
Uh-oh.
in trouble now. I think that's me in trouble.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls, I'm only playing with you. Right, okay, so let's talk about VR. How did you get involved? First of all, how long have you been playing poker VR for?
It's going to be 3 years, like probably next February or March.
Right, and what got you into it?
I was invited to a banquet dinner because we had, I'm a buyer for the dealerships and we were one of the
Yeah.
top buyers. So they invite us to a nice banquet. And in that banquet, they give you a gift bag, and the gift bag's filled with some really nice prizes. Well, I know nothing about Oculus, know nothing about nothing. And I had this box sitting in my library that you see in
Uh-huh.
the background for probably 3 or 4 months. And now it's February, March. It's getting cold. Winters are long. I want to pull this thing out and see what this is all about. So,
Okay.
so after I did all the roller coaster rides and I seen all the dinosaurs and I did all that stuff, I run across poker, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And I said, let's try it out. And bam, I was hooked. Once I got it, the interactive was just, it was amazing. And the people were so friendly and it was really nice.
So did you play poker before? Yeah.
Yeah, I play. I really, I'll be honest with you, I do not like casinos. I'm not a
Right.
big casino guy, but my
Yeah.
wife loves the slot machines, so she always dragged me down there at least 2 or 3 times a year. And I would just go in the poker room and I could sit there and I could play for hours while
Yeah.
she was on the slot machine. So that's what I
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A question I'm just going to throw in as part of 22. You've got the Oculus Go, you got it through default.
Hmm.
You tripped up and found Poker VR. Now we know that the Go side is no longer supported. The game is dying badly.
Yeah.
Have you got a Quest 2 or will you get a Quest 2?
Well, I hope I get invited to another banquet dinner. Maybe they'll throw it in my gift bag.
Oh, oh, listen, I know this year there's a lot of players that are asking Santa Claus to
Right,
drop
right.
one in the sack for them. So
Yeah.
would you think about getting a Quest?
Well, you're looking at Santa Claus.
I'm I'm Santa too.
I,
I'm not, uh,
yes.
well, go and spoil yourself and get a Quest because we don't want to lose people out to
No,
shame
no.
because we are such a tight knit group.
Yeah,
We all have our moments. Do
right.
have our moments.
Yeah, which makes it interesting. I mean, if we were just to go on there and nobody talked and you
Yeah,
couldn't see anybody's motion, it'd be boring. It would be. I
yeah,
mean, that's what makes the game. It really.
yeah. This week only this week I was called a troublemaker again, but I'm not a troublemaker. I'm a stimulator, and I
Yeah.
like to stimulate the flow of conversation.
Yeah.
And yesterday's conversation was started getting involved in politics of America, which I'm from Scotland. And
Mhm.
the question I asked, is America a Christian country? And there was a big sway in opinion.
Mhm.
Uh, so that's not for today, but that was the kind of subjects that I was bringing up
Oh
down
yeah.
the table.
Well, you're an instigator too. You
Yes,
instigate, and that's
yes.
good. You stimulate everybody's thinking.
Cindy says I'm a truck. What's a truck? A truck?
Drug maker. I
What
have
that
no
truck is?
idea.
I don't know. Sherry says she needs a Santa Claus to get me a Quest 2. Oh, did
Oh,
she had one and she broke it. So bad girls, they take the toys, they don't get other ones so easily. Yeah. Right. So what level are you at Formula? Don't know you haven't level.
oh, I'm at level 35 or 36. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you always kind of keep an eye on your trophy to see the clock moving around? Is something you're aware
Oh,
of?
yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta have something to look at. Yeah, you always look at that trophy. You always gotta
Yeah,
see, where you're at,
yeah,
see where
yeah.
your competition's at. But it's really not about the trophy. I mean, the trophy's nice to look at. It's about the interaction with the people.
I
That's
think so
what
too.
matters most.
Because and that's what West Side misses because they don't have the trophy sitting at the table.
Mm,
And they don't have people telling you how far you got at that level.
mm,
So they missed out on that. Maybe they might be introducing it. Who knows? So,
right. Yeah.
but your trophy is actually a badge on your jumper.
Well, a trophy could be intimidating to a lower player, so they feel a little more intimidated maybe to play against you. Whereas, does it really make a difference if you got a lower trophy or a higher trophy? It really
No,
doesn't. I think
no.
it's just the trophy just tells you how long you've been playing. And
Well, it's not so much how long; it's
right,
how much chips
right,
account. So you could be on level 60, but have no money in your bank. You just keep buying or losing chips or
that's
playing
true.
in high table. So
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make you any better. It doesn't make you any less. It just
no, it doesn't.
just another.
But I like trophies. It is something to
I do.
try and yeah. So favorite. Well, here's a question in from Cindy. Are winters bad in Michigan?
Well, I know Cindy's from Canada, and the winters aren't any worse here than they are in Canada. So they're about the same. You have mild seasons and you have, tougher seasons. But for the most of all, you're used to it. We
Yeah.
look forward to it. You look forward to a break in golfing after a while. By the end of the season, you're wore out. You tried everything and nothing works. So you got a whole nother season to think about your game.
Are you a seasonal golfer or are you an all weather golfer?
Seasonal, yes.
Seasonal.
Yeah, in fact, the course is closed. Will close here,
Well,
shortly.
see, like myself, I do a winter league, so
Yeah.
I've played in the snow.
Oh, see, they close our greens with the frost. They don't.
Well,
They put.
yeah, our greens, what they do is they'll put winter greens on.
Okay, they'll put a post in front of the green. You hit two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're putting on a fairway basically. So it's a bit,
Oh,
but still gets you out there to chase that white ball about, which is
that's
good.
all.
Right. So, on the VR poker, where is your favorite tables? Where do you like to?
Well, I like all the tables. The thing is, when I don't have a lot of time, maybe I've got 20 minutes to kill, or 30 minutes, or 45 minutes. I'll go to a smaller table because you can get in and out pretty quick. You
Yeah.
can't lose a lot, and what you do lose, you can get back pretty quick. If I have an hour or better, I'll go to the higher tables because it takes a little longer to recoup any losses you take. You
If you lose,
but you can lose them pretty quick too. So I play it that way. And then a lot of times you don't have a choice. You might be down at copper, and that's what it is. What it is.
well,
You know,
you've
It just
you've
plays.
a- you've you've answered that question like a politician. I did ask you, what is your favorite table? Yeah,
What's my favorite table?
yeah,
I enjoy silver because it's kind of middle of the road. It really
yeah,
is. You get people from that won't necessarily go up to the higher tables, but they'll kind of venture up to silver, or gold or gold plus.
yeah.
And then
Cool.
I really enjoy the diamond tables later at night.
Yeah,
It seems like the group later, well, it'd be for you like 2 or 3 in the morning, but I
yeah,
enjoy playing, about that time.
yeah. Okay, cool. Now, when it comes to poker, do you have a strategy? If so, want to tell us how to play? What's your game plan?
Well, you have to have some type of strategy when you go in. I mean, for me, it's always to level up to the next million. If I'm at like 11.2 or 11.5, the strategy is to get to 12 or whatever that level is going to be. You want to move up. You definitely don't want to go backwards.
Yeah, but not so much a goal. That's a question to Ron. But on a strategy, you play. Are you a caller? Are you sure? Uh,
You know, you know what?
are you a bluffer?
I play to the table. I really do because there's so. One thing I did learn in this game, there's so many different styles of play, and if your strategy might not work with another player,
That's
so you
true.
have to play to the player.
That's
You've
that.
got
You
you
know.
got very aggressive players, and you've got some very passive players. And the passive ones you can take advantage of. You can bluff, sometimes, but
So basically,
when you do get called out, it hurts.
you're calling it as you see it. Just
You do,
it's
you do, yeah.
right. What has been on a session? Session is not your 20-minute one, but probably more of your hour or longer. So if you're playing a game of poker, having a session, what has been your biggest victory, your biggest win?
Well, the biggest victory is going to be on the diamond, most definitely. I never made it up to the platinum yet, but I've been to the diamond late.
And
And with the players, like you get Chaz and you get Rick and you get some pretty aggressive players up there.
how much? What's the most you've won?
Probably like 600,000.
Right on the other angle, you've won 600,000. What has been your biggest
The
loss?
same number. Once I
Right.
burn, I usually go on with 300,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Once I burn through that, and depending on the day, some days you feel like aggressive. Sometimes you just don't care. You don't give
Yeah.
shit. You just play.
And, and
It depends on your mood.
yeah, and I'll throw this one in as well. That day that you lost 600,000, did it get to you? Did you feel down afterwards? You took your headset off. You go. Do you
It,
get
it,
feeling?
it's Shuggy. It's not the amount that I lose.
Uh-huh.
It's the biggest amount I lost to one person. How they got me.
Uh,
It might not be the total 600, but it might be that 150,000 or 200,000. And I look back at the hand and I go, I should have seen that coming.
Okay. So you're actually thinking about how
You
you
do.
played when you came
You
off.
do. You do. And I think the higher level players have got burnt and hit so many times, they know exactly what's coming ahead. They're like chess. They're two moves ahead. That's how you got to play the game.
Right. So this next question is a hard question. I find a lot of people through struggle to answer this one, and it's coming to when you have to create two tables. One is a social table, so you have to give me 5 names that will join your social table. You want a right top chin wag bit one, and then you have to choose 5 players for a competition table, a right good serious game of poker. So start off with your social table. Who will be sitting at Formula social table?
Well, a nice, relaxing table always, I find is there's so many different personalities and I love them all. I really do. I mean, I look forward to playing. There's not one person I don't look forward to playing with on that table, competitive or social, because I find I like the diversity and everything. But Rose is always is comforting to play with. She, laid back.
Yep. So Rose is on your table.
Yeah, I mean, you have. I mean, Sherry, I enjoy playing with, but she never comes down to the lower table. She's mostly up high, so I have no choice but to put her at the more competitive table. Keza, you little fucker, that's what I get from her. She's always fun to play with. I enjoy her. Oh God, I mean, numbers is a good laid back.
Right. So you've got Rose, you've got numbers at your social table. You need another 3 players.
Keza.
Okay. The Liverpool lip.
You little fucker.
So
I say, what? I didn't hear you. She goes, you just love when I say that.
So you understand her, fair enough. That's good, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Right. So you've got the Liverpool lip, Keza, you've got Rose the lady, and you've got numbers, yeah.
Numbers, yeah. Nuff I enjoy playing with.
Nuff said, yeah, he's from Detroit, is he not?
He's from Detroit, yes.
Yeah, he's good. I've had some fun. It's time to run. Right. So, right. So put someone else in your social table.
How many more do I need? I like
one more.
One more. Bizu Beth, I enjoy playing with her. She's steady. She'll play low or high. She goes with the flow.
Yeah, but she could be social, and she can definitely stimulate conversation and give her opinion. Yeah, good social table.
Yeah.
So now we move on to your competitive table. So you want a right good serious game of poker with the odd bit of chat. Who'd be sitting at this table? You've already said Sherry's in that one, so another 4 names for that.
Yeah, Sherry's in that one. This is the thing. It's not so much that they're competitive, that they push you. Well, I guess that's competitive. When they're pushing you, that's competitive.
Yeah.
Well, you have to put. I like Thomas. I enjoy playing with Thomas.
Yuri, in Yuri, Thomas Yuri. Okay.
Yes.
So Sherry, Yuri, who else?
Yeah, Rick is very competitive.
Rick Bunn, the best of British.
Yes.
Right? So,
yes. Having you at a table, high or low, silver to diamond is always a pleasure playing with.
Right. Okay. So I'm in.
And then I've got how many do I have so far?
You've got Rick. You should got 3. So 1 more.
Well, you got to add Marius. I mean, he
yeah.
Sure. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Sherry and Marius at a table, so you got to have.
And poor Cindy. Cindy's not competitive.
No, Cindy is competitive, but she's more of a fun, laughy player. I enjoy her company.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. There's always action at Cindy's table.
Right.
And if you listen to Cherie doing the interview last week, Cindy, nobody's even commented this on the tables, but Cindy 100% said that Sasso went down on her. Nobody picked up on that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Cindy said, I mean, because I think the question was, what's the biggest win you've had? I think they had a side bet, and I don't think Sassy paid her or whatever, but she said Sasso went down on me.
Sasso or Sassy?
Oh, sorry, Sasso.
Yes, yeah, okay. Right. Sassy, are you listening?
There's not much difference, is there? And the thing is, then Cindy brought Joe on, and I wasn't sure if Joe knew about this. You know that Sasso went down on his wife.
Mm.
It's just. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Joe, Joe is just a character. Do you know Joe?
I played with Joe. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Now I recognize him.
Yes. So Joe is well aware that Sasso went down on your way. Let's
Oh,
let's
God.
move on before I get into trouble. Like,
What table is that? Is that once you get past the millionaire? Is there another table that you're talking about?
that's a secret room.
I'm missing that table.
Do you know?
I'll pay $5 a month to be at that table.
Cindy says you're a crazy guy.
Mm.
But I remember Formula. I remember we used to do the pranks at the table. I'm still last man in, and used to. There is one of the rooms that looks like a door. Used to say to people, "Need to go through that door." It's actually strip poker.
Oh,
The
really?
avatar strip off. It's
Oh, my God.
people used to message me and say, "What's the code?" Used to pretend there's a code to get in there. Uh,
$10 a month for that one.
Yeah, the fun that we have at these tables is
Mhm.
right. So yeah, you've got two good tables. You've got a competitive table. You've got a social table. But once again, very very hard question to answer because there's so many people. I
Mm.
bet your friends list is pretty extensive. Formula. I'm saying I bet even your friends list is quite extensive. So it's hard to miss people out.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sherry says she was the one strip. Sherry was
Oh, okay. All right.
Sherry was the pole dancer in the secret.
Okay. $20
Yeah.
a month I'll pay.
She had her cat
Mm.
out on display.
The only problem was when I seen her, I only seen half of her. I mean, you don't get full price for that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Right. Now we're halfway through this interview. Right. Done your 11 questions. We've actually done half of this interview. Time it took Shed to do the whole interview last week.
Mm.
So maybe I'm talking too much. Not sure. But this is a hard question, and you've kind of answered it. You've
Mm.
kind of dodged the bullet, so to say. But I have to ask you. I've asked everyone, and some people don't think it's a fair question to ask. But everyone has been asked this question: is there any players that you don't like?
Well, I'm not going to name out players because there's a lot of styles I don't like. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of styles I don't like. And
Right?
generally, when I get one of those players at the table, I'll chill for 5 or 10 minutes to see if it changes, and if it
Yeah.
doesn't, I'll just jump off the table.
Right.
That's my style. My style of playing is mostly I like to see the cards play out or make a reasonable bet.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
bingo player.
So the people like BGS and Idaho Chalk, the ones that go kind of all in flop.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Exactly.
I don't think many people are fans of that. Some of just grin and bear it, and
Yeah.
hopefully we catch them out and we're sitting quite good here or something. But yeah. But what if somebody comes to the table with a nice style, but they've got a potty mouth?
I don't like that either, but I haven't run across that too much. You
Right.
ever if you get if you, it's usually a kid but you know what? You don't get that much anymore on the go side because they've lost a lot of players.
Yeah. True.
And you're only going to get it on a copper table. A beginner is generally going to come on there, try to throw his weight around, think he's being cool, and try to get it. But you're not there that much. And if you get one, you just jump off. So,
Okay. Very well. You've answered the question very admirably. So that's all to you there.
Yeah.
Right. So, who is the best players that you played? The ones that you think, yeah, they're top of the tree. They're a tough nut to crack. Name a few.
well, this is. I don't know if it's the player or if it's the amount of chips they've got. There's two different. You got to weigh them both out. Because just because a player's got a lot of chips doesn't necessarily make him the best player.
Yeah.
Because what they'll do is call you out on every hand. And does that really make him a good player? I don't know. I could go down to a copper table and call every hand out. Does that make me a good player? Because I want.
No, not at all.
It makes me maybe a more aggressive player. But and by pushing all in or calling every hand, knowing the level of a person, knowing how many chips he's got, I don't know.
There must be a couple of names that you can say, yeah, they're really good poker players. I struggle to take chips off them. Playing just a normal strategy, no bullying, no throwing their weight around.
Marius is tough to get chips from. Marius is very tough. Chaz, very tough to get chips. When he's got a hand, he's a pit bull.
Yeah.
Ken Davis, 313.
Yeah.
Gonna be tough. He's gonna call you out on every hand. Be prepared. When you throw a bet out there, be prepared to go to the end of the road.
Did I tell you Ken's got a new roof for his house?
Oh, I see it. Oh.
It's somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in.
Well, you got some of that stimulus money they were giving out during the pandemic, and a lot of people made some improvements.
I mean, his name is Ken Davis Vision House. It's Ken Davis Tin Roof House.
Tin Roof. That's a good one.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
We're gonna change his name to Tin Roof. I like that.
Yeah, Tin Roof. Yeah, let's do that. Detroit Tin Roof. Tin Roof Ken. Or we'll call him the Tin Man.
There you go, the Tin Man. We have a new name for you, Ken.
Yeah.
Look at that, how organically it comes together. Yeah. Tin Roof.
Right, you're taking the blame for this one for me, right? So
that's all on me.
Right. Okay. Bad points about the game. What do you not like about the game? And things that you don't like, and then we'll roll on the next question. Things you change about the app, the game. So, bad points first of all, the game.
Well, if you're sitting at a real table, for instance, and you want to make it more like a real table, sometimes you want to show a bluff, when you win a hand, or sometimes you just want to show one of your cards, just so you can see it.
Yeah, that's a popular bad point.
Yeah, I like the fact that when you win a hand, what I don't like, if you don't bet, they don't show your hand. But if you call a player out, I like to see both hands, so you know who was bluffing and who had what. They don't do that all the time. Things I'd like to see changed about the game.
Yeah,
I'd like to see if you want to take a 2-minute break where you could set your headset down and maybe put a watch down there for like 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good idea without losing your seat. And it'll automatic fold you without holding up the table.
Right. It'll put a stopwatch on your seat, and you got 120 seconds to go grab something to eat.
I'm actually going to write that point.
Yeah. Because in a real casino, you can leave your seat for who knows, like 30 minutes or an hour. You take a lunch break. But I mean, I'm not saying you occupy the seat for a long, but 2 minutes, no big deal.
Yeah, enough to go and take a dump.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all. That's all we're asking for, right? And I would like to be able to buy in chips after you've known you're all in. Be able to buy chips in for your next hand, so you don't have to sit out another round.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
A new one for me is I've taken this on board. Is if you're playing short stack, say you're sitting at the diamond table, it's a 300 grand stack, and you're down to 70. Well, I'll find that people that are short stack shove just because they don't like short stack. What's to stop is buying in, increasing stack. Do it at a casino.
Right.
You don't have to wait till your stack's gone to buy in. So you should be able to top up stack at any point.
I think so. I think because it makes it uncomfortable for the other players. It's not fair to the other players when you're one person short stack and he has to push all in at 60, 70 when normally he was playing at a 20 or 15, blind. Yeah. So it kind of puts all the other players at an unfair advantage too, because they're forced to make a play.
Exactly. And I've saw myself, for instance, like Chaz, if Chaz is sitting 90 grand short stack, I know he's going to shove. I might have a semi-good hand, like I don't know, a king 10 or or a 10-8 I quite like. And
Right.
I would normally call that because I see him short stack, I just fold because I know he's going
Right.
to push, you know.
Yeah.
So
It does. It holds players back from when you know a
yeah,
player how aggressive they play, and you see their chips going down. You go, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
wrap
it's true.
yourself in like a roller coaster and go for the ride. Either you're going to go for it or you're not. And if it's a good player, if it's a person you enjoy playing with, and they're playing short stack, sometimes you'll just go with it, and
Yeah,
hope they do get the chips, because
yeah,
maybe they need them.
it's true.
You know,
True.
you know, I don't need
Uh,
them. They're not that dear to me. I use them to play with, and I have fun with them.
yeah, yeah. See. So yeah, that's a good point. Right. Okay. How often do you? There's a question. How often? On?
Oh God, every day. I try to get on every day. Every day when the weather's cold, I'm on every day. In the summer, not so much. I'm either playing golf or I'm on a boat. So you won't see me much in the nicer weather.
I just think it's amazing that the people Detroit sports.
Well, you broke up.
I just think it's amazing that Detroit has the most boats.
Register. Yeah, if you look at our state, it's surrounded by Great Lakes. They're all freshwater lakes,
Yeah.
and you're within probably 80 to 90 miles of water anywhere. So if you don't take advantage of it, you're really missing something because there's a lot
I
of gems out in the water.
I thought it was Delaware. I use Delaware in my head as far as it comes to.
Minnesota, they as a state, they advertise it land of 1,000 lakes. They have a lot of little lakes, but we have the biggest lakes. Most,
I think I'm thinking Delaware because a lot of ships and big cargo vessels are registered here.
yeah, yeah, it could be. Yeah, but we have the small. We have like jet skis. Jet skis considered a water.
Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pontoons, and there's all different types of.
Yeah. Right. Next question. We're question 17. We're doing well here. Is that vodka this time in the morning? So,
Do you have a
so
Costco? Do you have a Costco?
yeah, we have Costco. Yeah, yeah. What is it you've got?
There you
What
go.
kind of what kind of water is it?
Whiskey's my drink, so if you never
Ah,
see me with vodka too much.
see, you should be a Scotsman, Formula,
I,
because you play golf and you drink our whiskey.
I love whiskey. I could
Is-
drink whiskey. I could sit down and probably, no lie, Shuggy. I could,
Yeah.
if we had a fifth sitting down there, we could go through it. And I would wake up the next morning like nothing happened. Like you give me two beers and I'm falling over. Go figure.
And what kind of whiskey do you drink? Is it Scotch whiskey? Or?
Well, and here in Canada, we have a pretty big brewer. It's called a Canadian Club. They make Crown Royal. Crown it's a milder whiskey, but you can drink it, and they make different levels of it.
Right.
Different layers, different textures. But there's so many types of whiskey. I could sit down with any kind of good whiskey and a nice cigar, and I could sit down for 2 hours and have a good conversation and just enjoy the evening. That's what I enjoy doing most.
Yeah, in Scotland, obviously, it's the home of whiskey. Invented it.
Yes.
Our water is like whiskey. And that's
Yes.
why our whiskey is so famous because of the quality of the water.
Oh.
Just in case you didn't know that, our water is more purer than drinking out the bottle there from the tap.
What's a good top shelf whiskey from Scotland? If I
Well,
was to go to the store and say, "Hey, I want the best,"
well, do you know what? There's hundreds of whiskies in Scotland,
that's the thing. Yeah.
and the funny thing is, the younger generation like myself, we don't drink whiskey. We don't like it. It's
Well,
not.
you don't enjoy whiskey.
It's
Oh.
not. It's not a big drink.
Oh.
Scotland, believe it or not, it's really not. Vodka is more popular, and gin is more popular than whiskey.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're asking the wrong person here. A Scotsman, I sell the stuff, I sell whiskey, but I could not tell you what's the best. To me, whiskey all tastes the same. Burns my throat. I can't tell the difference between a malt whiskey and I just can't tell the difference.
Right. Yeah. The liquor that's taken off in the U.S. now is becoming a trend. Tequila. Everybody's becoming a big tequila drinker.
Tequila's been about for years. It is popular. But in Scotland, the tequila is sold more as a shot. So you'll just take a shot of tequila.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But what the whiskey makers they're trying to do in Scotland is they're trying to make whiskey into a long drink and making it into a cocktail to appeal to the younger.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, they have like this Crown Royal. They make a apple crown. They make a honey crown. They're flavoring it.
Yeah.
So you don't have that harsh whiskey flavor. And
There's a question. There's a question from Sheree. What's the difference between bourbon and whiskey?
Well, whiskey is a coined phrase. It's coined like only certain breweries can call it whiskey. Other ones, it's the same. It's the same process, but they can't call it whiskey. They have to call it bourbon. It's kind of like a sweet drink. You ever hear of port wine?
Yeah.
Port is a coin. It comes out of Portugal, and that's a you can't call a dessert wine anything if it's not coming from Portugal. It can't be port. It's got to be a dessert wine.
It's the same as champagne. You can't call a bottle of sparkling wine champagne because it wasn't made in Champagne region, France.
Right. Yeah. Most people don't know that. So if you're looking for port, it's got to be from Portugal. Right?
Anyway, Sheree, shut up. Right. Have you given yourself a challenge in the what challenges?
It's to get up to I want to get to a platinum, but I like a nice bank of chips.
Right.
I don't want to go up there with short stack.
So your challenge
walk off one of those tables with a good win.
So your challenge is your bankroll. You're watching your bankroll. Right.
Yeah.
So your challenge is your bankroll. Any other challenges in the game?
No, that's it. I really don't have a chance. I just go up there. It's a social game for me. I enjoy playing. It really is. If I have to make it a challenge, that sounds like work. And I'm retired right now. I don't want to work. I just want to enjoy it.
You said alone your trophy's a challenge for you, trying to trophy up.
Yeah, but that comes along with the game. Yeah. So, well, that's if you're going forward. Sometimes you go 2 steps forward and you take 3 steps back.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. 6 million in 10 days I've lost.
Oh, I would be sick.
I'm sick. I'm thinking I've just blown up the whole thing. And no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You think of the hands. You go, where did I go wrong? What did I call? Sometimes I'm sleeping. I got because I'm at a boring table. I'm not paying attention.
No. And, my mistake was the top round tables formula is if you go to the quest side, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the quest. I don't like it. So I put the headset. I went into the platinum table on the quest. Now, Fuggy, he's made 60 million in 5 weeks.
I know.
Right. So I'm listening to what he's saying. So I'm going into this platinum table, 2 million stack. And within an hour, I've lost it. So I come off the table. And then 2 days later, I thought, just bad luck. I go back into the platinum table, 2 million. Within 30 minutes, I've lost it. 4 million in 2 days. And I'm thinking this quest side can go and fuck themselves really car.
Right? Are the players that much better?
No. Well, see, Bazoo's good. Bazoo studies a lot of game. And she told me that there is good players in the quest side. So there's also bad players. I just didn't know who I was playing against. So obviously, I'm playing at a table of players that are switched on, and I'm thinking they're not good, and I'm just calling them, and I'm beat. So,
right. So
I'll need to be more careful when I went in a bit gung ho. Anyway, it's what it is. Right, tournaments. Let's talk about tournaments. Do you play the tournaments? Have you a different strategy? What tournaments do you like? Have you ever won tournaments?
I like tournaments, but I sometimes I just don't have the patience for. I'm probably not a tournament player. I don't really have patience for tournaments. The lower ones, I try to play more aggressive. That's just me. I haven't been to the Millionaires tournament yet, but I'll be there. I'll get there.
Yeah, you need to try it. I've played it seven times.
Is it? Yeah.
7 times I've played it in nearly 2 years on piano, only 7 times. Right. It's very, I would say it's more honest.
Right. Yeah. That's what I think. You play tighter. You have more.
Everyone does, and everyone does because it's 400,000 buy-in. It's not cheap.
Right.
So people are more honest. I would say even Chazzies of this world certainly more honest.
Now that I've heard that, I might jump in. I just don't want to be. Yeah, because being there's only 5 places. I mean, you really do have to play tight and you have to play smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever won a tournament?
No, I, I've been at the final table with 2 players,
Yeah.
and it's like it's the cards. It just comes down to the cards. If you don't get them, you don't get them. But
Yeah.
I've been at second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I even jumped out at 13th once. I've been everywhere, but I've never been number
And the
one. I want to get
thing
to
is,
number one.
I think this month, we're in November. Um, I've played one tournament so far, November.
Hmm.
I think in October I played a tournament twice. I'm on that game as a stimulator, a troublemaker, whatever you want to call me. I love the social side of it.
Right.
And you don't get that in the tournaments. They're too interested in watching their
Why?
position on that leaderboard.
Why is that? You could be at the exact same players that you play at a regular table. Exact same players, same
Yeah,
5 players, right?
yeah, yeah.
And they don't talk. I
No,
go, well, is there a secret? What is there? Maybe there's a silent code to winning a tournament. You don't
they
talk.
just
I don't
they
know.
just want to see their name in lights. That's all. On that the tournament winner was.
I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know. I like
right.
talking and nothing to
Yeah.
hide. It is what
Uh,
it is.
right. On a sad note, is there any players that you can think of that no longer play? On
Well, being that it's been like what 2.5 years I've been playing, so I mean, there's players like Kerr. I mean, early in the day,
I've heard
this
that.
guy would talk a mile a minute. He was hilarious,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed playing with him. He was from Michigan also.
All right. Really.
Yeah, and he lived on a farm on the west side of our state. And I remember it was in the wintertime, and one of his chickens got loose, and it was cold outside. It was like 20 below zero. And he was wondering, what should I do with this chicken? He's outside. I said, Kurt, bring him in the house. He's going to freeze.
No way.
He said, give me a minute. He ran outside. I don't know. It's funny. I mean, Kerr was one. Emmy. I don't know what happened to Emmy. He used to be on there. I don't know. Coach Quinn, I enjoyed playing with him. I haven't seen him in a while. It's God. There's other players that I think went to the Quest Flames. He was from Calgary. These are players early on that I met that I don't see on much anymore. Houdini, I don't see him much on anymore.
He's hided. He
Yeah.
hides.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
He's
disappeared. He disappeared.
He's escaped.
He escaped. Right. He's gone. Or still, he might be still locked up in a safe somewhere trying to get out. I don't know. But I don't think I'm
There's quite a good few players that have moved over to the side. Yeah, there's shit saying Flames is on the west side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Emfer, I loved Emfer. People didn't like him.
Yeah.
I thought he was a crazy Texan cowboy, always drunk, always singing. But he's on the west side.
Right.
Loads of players, and then Quintessential.
Queen.
She went to the west side, and then she's now playing Poker Stars.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't even play VR poker. She plays on the Poker Stars,
Right.
which, what to say, is really good.
Yeah, Queen was from she's this neighboring state, and she was going to come to Detroit, and we were all going to meet at a casino, but that never came to fruition. So,
Yeah,
but
so there's a lot of players that have moved over. As I said, some of them been moving away from VR poker to Poker Stars, and once you treat yourself, Santa, to a Quest 2, see the difference between VR poker, Poker Stars. Poker Stars very much switched on to the game. Lots going on. But it is a bit cramped. It just feels very rushed and very tight. And of course, our bankrolls don't transfer to Poker Stars. So
they don't.
You need to start from scratch. But your bankroll transfers on the Quest VR.
Oh, okay.
So your trophy and your bankroll is the same, but Poker Stars are a different site. So
I don't know.
something
I don't want to. It's like going out of high school, junior high, and you got to start in high school again. Now you got to start at the bottom.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we're just hardcore loyal fans of the VR game, right? Yeah. So talking about the VR game, we did get told earlier on the week. I think Shariat told us about all the glitches, and she messaged Hamza, who is the owner of VR Poker,
Mhm.
and asking if he could sort the glitch because it must be a simple server problem.
Right.
Out, clear the cache. And his answer back to Shady was they're not supporting anything both sides anymore.
Yeah, it's too bad. You would think that the glitches would come from too many people using it. Like the server couldn't handle all the
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
But you would think with only 25% of the server being able to, you would think it would be easy.
Hmm.
Why would there be glitches with less people?
Yeah.
Usually, things go awry when there's too many people on it. So that is a
So
bit confusing. So it's
so
too
it's pretty sad that not even addressed that. However, what I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they would address it. The glitch. Somebody was about to spend $200 on chips. They address the glitch then.
Yeah. Well, money cures everything.
Of
We all know
course,
that,
yeah.
right?
So talking about money cure everything.
Yeah.
If miraculously the Go was reinvented and they started doing updates and making the glitch good, but the only way they could do this be for members to subscribe, would you subscribe to a game like this that you spend so much time? Would you pay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you? Yeah, a cup of coffee costs you $5, $6. Nowadays. So. So, for $5 or $10 a month.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
it's cheap entertainment. When you look at what would you be doing if you weren't playing poker? Look at the hours. What would you be doing?
That's
Watching
it.
TV? I mean,
Watching
come on.
TV,
Right. I mean,
watching TV, yeah, and you
you get
wouldn't get
bored.
idiots like Shuggy Wuggy shouting down the table, "Shut up!"
No. Yeah. You can't
Yeah,
talk to your TV. The TV don't talk back.
yeah. You would get Ken Davis from his tin roof, the Tin Man. You would get him,
You,
hear him on the phone to his
no.
residence, and
No.
you just wouldn't get that.
No, I wouldn't get to hear those British accents. I wouldn't get to hear those German accents and
Eh,
the Israel
and
accents and those
yeah,
hillbilly. None of
that's it.
it. Right.
And how do you explain what we do, the game we play, to your
Yeah.
friends that have never
You
experienced it?
know,
It's very hard to to put across, isn't it?
they look at you cross-eyed. Like,
Yeah.
they, they don't, they're like, okay, sure, okay, I get
Yeah,
next.
and of course the famous Sherry Burke.
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah. I got that recorded, by the way. So every time.
Right, so for question 21 now. We're nearly an hour into this. Have you ever met any VR players in real life?
No, but we're planning on getting together. Ken is he's the one that's trying to get it all together. I mean, we have
Sorry, sorry, who's Ken? Who's Ken?
Ken Davis, Davis Vision. We're going to meet
Oh,
at
the Tin Man.
one of those homes. We're going to meet. We're just trying to find out the address, and we'll get through it.
I think it's that one there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
his there.
right.
That's his there.
You
Uh,
know, we got you got the Ken. You got Willie. He's from the area. Oh, that's another guy I enjoy playing with too. Willie is a good player.
yeah, he's a
Yeah,
man of his own. He
yeah,
has his own vision house
yeah.
of
He's
how
got
to
his own
play the.
business. Geraldine, she's from the area. We're gonna,
She done really well last night, Geraldine. She took 1.5 million off the diamond last night.
Oh my God, man,
Yeah, she done good.
she's sneaky. She comes in under the radar and just
Yeah,
grabs. Give me
she
your
done
tips in a
she
female voice.
she done really well. 1.5 million. Yeah.
Wow. Enough said. So we got what, 4 or 5 of us that we live
Well,
within.
you'll need to get together and have a night out.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're gonna meet up either at a restaurant, a casino. We'll get a picture and we'll
Yeah,
post it on.
sure, for sure. Right, last question. And this was created by our poker piece, who's no longer on the page to take off. His question, and I keep it in because it's stupid. Your favorite position for for playing poker, and what clothes do you wear playing VR poker? So,
Just
no,
eliminate that question.
I can't. Everyone gets asked
It
it.
only sounds good if Cherie's answering it or Cindy or one of the
so, I see behind you there's a sofa. Would you sit down on that sofa, or do you have a
Uh,
gaming chair?
I have a leather chair. It's a recliner, and
Yeah,
I just sit in that. Sometimes I'm sleeping, and if it's a boring table, I'll just chill, or I set myself up there, and I keep it plugged in. I don't want to lose power, and then
Yeah. See. And do you have a USB socket on your chair?
no, I got it
No.
plugged into the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Not that sophisticated yet. I got the good old fashioned.
my recliner's got a USB socket in it, and last night I fell asleep at the table.
Yeah.
Again, keep doing it.
It's a great way to fall asleep sometimes if you get a boring table,
Yeah. It was Chaz that was on the table, and he was boring me, telling him how much he wants to kill himself.
Oh God. Yeah. So
I'm only kidding, Chaz. So there you go. You've done it. You've done it, Mark. I can't call you Mark. I cannot call you Mark. Why did you not put Formula in your name? So, do you know, it's a pleasure to play with you around the table. I know you sit there and you do add to the social aspect, your comments, and you don't get involved in any troubles. You just sit on the fence, and that's the way to
I'm
go.
on the fence, I can take abuse like anyone, and it's all in fun,
Yeah,
really
I know. It is good fun. Right, stay with me right now just before we go, because I was going to announce this at the start. It's not a big announcement.
Mhm.
Well, I was thinking we have $1 million table every month where six lucky people play at a table, and Pokeroo gives you $1 million after an hour, and 90 minutes it is if you've got the most chips. So the process of getting onto that table was to post comments on Facebook. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it this month because we're halfway through the month and I haven't got anyone taking a seat at the table.
Oh, really?
So what I'm going to do is, and because you don't do Facebook, you've never had a chance.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do, and I'll cut you in on this as well, so you can do it or not. This coming Sunday, I'm going to do an open mic, and that's where everyone can come in. We all talk in this platform. And this Sunday on the open mic, everyone that comes in will get a chance of a number and a seat at the table. So I'll take a list of all the names that people that come into the open mic, and I'll draw 3 names out for that table. And then next Sunday, I'm going to do another open mic for people that come in, and once again, they get a chance to get a seat at the table. So I'm stimulating. Do you see what I'm doing here?
I like that. Right, you're thinking outside the box.
Yes, shaking it up a bit.
You got to shake it up, right?
Because you don't do Facebook, on Sunday and next Sunday, I will give you the privilege. I will email you the link to the studio. So it gives you a chance to come in and you might get a seat at the $1 million table. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, I mean, my wife does Facebook, but I don't want her, all the stuff that comes from poker coming over on her Facebook page because she won't understand it.
But then again, I guess if the go's about to end and you're going,
you have to reinforce
you're thinking of getting a Quest 2. Well, why don't you make a Facebook page just for poker?
Right, yeah.
And just keep it for poker. So it's just poker talk that's in it. It's no big deal. You're not revealing personal secrets of your life or where you stay or phone numbers, emails, so you can still stay private. Just have it for poker.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Something to think about, because you do need a Facebook page to.
Right. Yeah. So you need a profile. I would need my individual profile. I could be a member of your social poker room.
Yeah. You need. Yeah. So you could even make your Facebook page. Your name is Formula37. That's your Facebook page.
Right.
So
good idea.
You have been a star, and thank you. 57 minutes and 49 seconds.
I want to break the record.
No, I think the record was an hour and a half.
Oh my God! Okay.
I don't know who was on. I can't remember, but it was 90 minutes. Right. So, what have you got planned for the rest of the day then?
Today, it's Friday. It's 32 degrees outside, and I'm gonna try and stay warm. Yeah.
That's warm. That is warm.
In fact, I've learned a little Scottish too. I learned to take all the T's out of my words. Shut up. No T's.
That's
Shut up. So I picked up Scots don't use T. It's funny, they have a T in Scottish, but they don't say Scottish. They don't use the T's. It's Scottish.
I'm Scottish.
Yeah,
Scottish.
No T's.
Do you know, I never thought of that before.
No T's. Now, what do you call a T when you're playing golf? An E?
I know. Could you pass the E, please?
You press the E.
Uh,
Okay.
right.
Oh, that
Right.
was good.
Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you over the weekend around the tables. You are a star
Mhm.
of the internet now. This is
Oh,
live on the Facebook page, and it will also be live on our YouTube channel on air live as well. So you can send the link to all your friends, and they can see the real Marquez as Formula
it's been a
37.
pleasure.
Okay.
Nice talking with you, Shuggy.
Thanks very much. See you
Yep.
after. Bye
See you.
bye. Bye bye. And there you go. That was our Mark or Formula 37. What a great guy. So relaxed. And if you get a chance to play him at the table, he's good at the tables as well. So, as I said, Sunday, I'm not going to tell the time. You have to be aware of what time we're doing it on Sunday. So, keep a hold of your phones. Keep looking at Facebook. I'll make the announcement of the time on Sunday. We're going to do open mic. You come on, you get a chance of the final, a seat at the final table. And next Sunday as well, we'll do it as well. I'll see you around the tables once again. Thanks to Formula 37 and all the people that did watch live. And for the people that are watching catch up, we hope you enjoyed your day at work on Friday. You're not working off, semi-tired, I'm being lazy. See you later.